Hello everyone, welcome to Crafty Hand Studio Backstage. Okay, here we are, part 3 of our song Leaving Backstage project. Where we left off, we've created a piano MIDI track in Cubase. Got it opened up here. You should be seeing it on the screen. Here's a sample of the MIDI. You probably remember that from the last time. What we have to do now is get a melody established. I've always heard a flute playing the melody on the top that you hear in the piano track here. Let's play it a little. So those top notes, I've heard a flute part playing. If we want a flute part to play that melody, we'll need to create a track. So we'll go Project, Add Track. We'll make it an instrument track. We'll choose Halion Sonic. I'm going to use that for most of the instruments in this project. And we're going to call this lead flute. Next thing we'll do is choose an instrument for that. Let's open the Halion Sonic here and we'll just type in the search box, we'll type flute. See what we come up with. We have several flutes here. Let's listen to just a general MIDI flute, see what that sounds like. Let's try another. This expressive flute, I believe, is a nice one. Has some verb on it. We're going to use that. I really like it. So that's our flute sound. Now we could play this, we could record it in. Or we can look at the MIDI and just select some of the notes that are already recorded from the MIDI track. So what we'll do is we'll record these onto our lead flute track, turn the metronome on, and we'll give ourselves a lead in. So you get the idea. I'll record all of the MIDI notes in and we'll create our flute track. Okay, we're back. I've gone through and recorded all of the flute parts. We'll solo that so you can hear how it sounds. Play it along with the piano. Looks like it's I've also heard a second part coming in, probably echoing it with another flute, some kind of counterpoint part. On the piano, I've echoed these. Doesn't sound very good playing it there, but if you'll remember on the acoustic piano part, there's an echo built in following the lead back into the melody. So we're going to do the same kind of thing with another flute after it repeats. I think that's around here. That was right. And that's at bar 52 where the repeat comes. So let's add another flute track. Add track instrument. And again, we'll go with the Halion Sonic. And let's call this one the counter flute, the counterpoint flute. And maybe for this one we'll choose a different instrument. Still a flute, but let's choose a different flute sound. Type in flute again. Actually, let me move this over to the active screen so you can see how I'm doing that. Type flute in, and here are some of the flutes that are, actually probably all the flutes that are in the Halion Sonic. And for this one we'll choose, let's try this bright flute. Doesn't have the vibrato in it, but that might be fine. Let's choose it for now for our counterpoint. And I'll drop this MIDI part in as I've already recorded it and paste it in. Let's solo this so you can hear the counterpoint part. Play that along with the lead flute so you can hear what I had in mind with the echoing. Let's have a look at it. It doesn't look like it's lined up properly on the paste, so I'm going to select it all and quantize it to the grid. There, that should be better. Try again. These are both the flutes, the lead and the counterpoint part. There you go, that's the two flute parts, and let's play them along with the piano here so you can hear how it's working with the melody, just some at the end. I think that's fine, I like that. Next we're going to add some bass. Kind of an acoustic feeling going on so far here with flutes and acoustic piano. So let's put an acoustic bass track in. Go to Project, Add Track, Instrument. Again, we'll go with the Halion Sonic SE plugin. Has a lot of instruments to work with. This we'll call acoustic bass. And choose that from the Halion instruments. Let's just type in bass here, see what we can find. Suspense bass, quite a few bass parts. Let's see. Let's look at the general MIDI basses. That's the very first one. That's fine. We'll use that. And that's what I'm kind of hearing too, a little walking bass. Sort of that feeling. Not really jazz bow, but just a walking the bass sound. So I'm going to drop a bass track in that I've created. Here's the little bass part we've made. Check it out. With the track. Nice bottom adding in there. I just played that sort of randomly, so it's not lining up. Let's go ahead and quantize it. Or actually, we can just shift it probably without quantizing. That'll leave some more of the expression in there. Select all. And I'm just going to drag that to the, oops, drag that over to the line indicating the beginning of the bar here. That should sound a little better. Seems to be on the beat more. I probably lagged when I played it. Missed a note when we drug it. Seems to be okay here though. See what I mean by tedious? So in the first verse we just have piano, flute, and a bass to give it some bottom. And then when it hits the second verse, it'll add that counterpoint flute. Let's play a little bit more. Now the counterpoint flute's not sounding too good with that monotonous tone to me, so let's go back and change that to the same expressive flute that we used for the main flute. I think it'll sound better. Here we go. There's a lot going on now. The balances aren't correct yet, but we'll get to that when we start to mix the tracks together. I think the note choice is okay, and I like the idea of it bouncing, echoing like that. That's sounding pretty good. And that's all I think it needs for the melody at the top of the song. I don't want it to be too complicated with a lot of stuff going on. And that's where we're going to leave it for today. I can see now that it's going to take more than 4 parts to accurately document the creation of these songs. It's looking more like it'll take 6 parts, but we'll see. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to comment below. I'd like to hear your thoughts on how the project is going for you. And come back next week for part 4.